Schnucks is expanding its Caper Cart pilot. According to an Instacart press release, Schnucks is expanding its Caper Cart to even more stores across Missouri and expanding into Illinois, marking the first time the smart carts will be available in the state of Illinois. In addition, Instacart is also adding a new feature to its carts. And are you ready for it? Do you know what it is? It's a lower tray. Yes, the Instacart Caper Cart now has a lower tray.
Can I put my kids on that? Can I put my kids on that?
I think you can, and cancel Christmas. It's got a lower tray. The option now makes it easier for customers to add heavier, bulkier items such as cases of water, soda, and pet food to the cart, or possibly even 8-year-old children. And if
we'll give it a whirl,
so desire. Yes, quote, it's clear to us that customers love shopping with Caper Carts, and at our newly launched stores, we're seeing many times throughout the day where all 10 carts are in use, end quote, said Chuck McMullen, Senior Director of Digital Experience at Schnucks. Jeff, going back to you, Schnucks, from our recollection, actually, Ann and I were talking about this yesterday, from our recollection, it may be actually the first retailer to announce that it is expanding its use of Caper Carts. Therefore, how significant is this moment in the annals of grocery history?
This is a fun one. Significance in history, I don't know. I think in terms of the self-checkout equivalent revolution, I think the jury's still out for me. But yeah. I do believe it will slowly become more normal. And as a patron who actually went to outside their St. Louis location and experienced this, it's pretty cool. I mean, for me, I'm more of the convenient shopper, want to get in, want to get out. It is definitely for a specific demographic. And so I think as you see it rolled out, it'll be in the limited capacity, 10 carts in a store that has 150 of them. It's a small component of the overall experience right now. And maybe it fits in some of the higher end grocery models, but yeah, I'm selling this as a moment in time akin to a Piggly Wiggly opening 100 years ago.
Wow. Okay, got it. Good reference, man. Okay, wait. So you're kind of a one of, and Jeff's a one of one on this show. Like, he's actually tried the Caper Cart. I don't think I've actually seen anyone that doesn't work for a retailer that's tried the Caper Cart. So what's your review of it? Like, what'd you like? What'd you not like about it?
It's right up my alley. Who wants to literally just go and throw things in a cart and then walk out the store and click a button to pay and you're out the door. I couldn't tell you the last time I actually stood in a non-self checkout, other than the fact that you have to buy alcohol and occasionally have to go to the actual person to check you out. I'm a convenient shopper. I want to get in, get out. My wife hates the fact that I do a grocery run because she wants me out of the house and I'm probably back faster than she needs me. But it's a great experience. I mean, the cart's a little wonky. It can't really fit as much as like a traditional shopping cart. So it is more of the kind of smaller components. The bottom capacity, I mean, it could hold like a 12-pack of water, not one of the big Costco size ones. So it's but it's a good model. I mean, I definitely put more stuff in my basket than I think I would have normally done otherwise. So it'll be interesting to see how this gets rolled out to Illinois and Missouri.
You're 2 thumbs up on the cart itself. Like, for you as a shopper, you liked it, you liked using it, you'd use it again.
I liked the convenience of it.
Okay.
Again, the cart itself is a little bit, like I said, wonky, but they'll get that fixed. They'll figure it out. But it's not going anywhere. I think we actually probably see a little bit more of this, but whether it's fully penetrated like a self-checkout line item or line, I'm not sold quite yet.
Not sure yet. Right. And what do you think here? Where do you put this on the movement in grocery history? Is it Piggly Wiggly? Is it less? Like, where is it?
I don't know. I mean, I was just talking to a pretty major regional grocer last week who's also going forward with the Amazon dash cart in their grocer, and it surprises me. But I think for me, Chris, I mean, plain and simple, I think it's just a test of how far along this technology has come and what the Caper Carts are able to do. And I think what I was hearing from that particular retailer was that they're being sold hard now on the future capabilities, especially as it relates to retail media that they can add into this. Even like cameras on the carts and being able to do pathing and understanding out of stocks in a store. So I think it's getting to the point where the tipping point where it's like, okay, these are finally providing a return on the massive investment that you have to make to bring them into stores. So is it something that we're testing in more cases like we're seeing with Schnucks here?
Yeah, and I don't know, when I hear you talk like that though, it reminds me of the old SNL commercial, with Dan Aykroyd. Like, it's a floor wax, but it's also a dessert topping. I think that's where people start to get a little too excited about the innovation and the potential of what it can do and trying to find the use cases. But I agree with Jeff. I don't think this is like piggly wiggly momentous change in the history of grocery shopping, but I do think it's a pretty significant move here because, it passes my litmus test that we've talked about on this show a lot, which is implementations are one thing. Software providers or hardware providers in this case are always talking about their implementations. They're always talking about, here's how many places we're located. But the one thing you never hear much about is that second implementation, the expansion. And so I'm always skeptical until they reach the second rollout stage, because that means you proved the ROI at the first stage. Now, granted, it's 10 carts, for the most part in one of these stores, like Jeff said, like the headline said. So there's still a lot more to find out here, but they're finding out enough to say, yes, we want to continue to move forward with it and see if there's an idea here. But yes, the jury's still out on whether or not these are ultimately going to work in the long run, especially against all the other options that you have around retail media, via the phone, via installations on screens in the store, in-store radio, and all the other things you can do with cameras and robots and everything else, or even just AI in terms of understanding the dynamics of how your store is working on a daily basis. So I think a lot more to prove. But this is interesting in the fact that Schnucks, which is one of the smartest grocers around, is saying, hey, we're going to expand this. I think that's important.
Right. And you just brought up another question, Chris, like how many carts are they expanding to all these locations? Like, are they still going to go with the 10 cart per store test, or is this going to be, are we going to start to see more carts in action versus, here's a few options or here's one option? Because it also requires some infrastructural changes too to all of these stores, Chris, which we haven't talked about yet either. And so I think there's a lot more to be gleaned from this rollout and what it ends up looking like, and really starting to get into the details of how many make sense, and what the real investment is.